I also wanted to be a goalkeeper when I was younger, and they didn't let me because I scored too many goals when I was a little kid. So.
Delivering the ball, one hopping and it's put in! Oh my goodness! Miguel Berry! It's Berry! Miguel Berry!
Top of the 18, brings it down with his stomach, turns and shoots. Deflected ball as Berry has created the chance.
Finds Barrera and Miguel Berry! What a story this kid is!
Takes it forward to Parente, no Berry's there, shot and a goal! 8-second ball is a goal for Columbus!
My family background's a little all over the place. I was born in Barcelona, grew up in San Diego. To an American mother, a Cuban father. I'm incredibly lucky to have been immersed in that. And culturally for me, it's something that I still very much connect with. It's where I first, fell in love with the game and where I first started playing, and I'm incredibly thankful for that experience. My older brother is the one who really, got me to fall in love with the game, and I still watch my home videos from 1999. There's one of us in like the south of France and on vacation, and my brother's just kicking a ball at me, and it's just he was my first coach, my first teacher, and so I'm very thankful for that. Getting to see games live when you're 5 and 6 years old, it really leaves a mark on you. And ironically, I think my first favorite player ever was Javier Saviola. I've never really been one who's been like their favorite player's been the best player in the world kind of thing. And I always liked him. I love Fernando Torres for his whole career. Fernando Torres was 19 years old at the time, and it was just like incredible to watch them and see their careers develop.
You just don't save them. Fernando Torres on fire. And Liverpool.
I knew I wanted to play pro from when I was 3, 4, 5 years old. So really, I was not the kind of person to take a summer break, and obviously PL was what you did then, and obviously going from that level to MLS is a very, very big jump. And it was such a cool experience to get to do that, and it was really exciting. And I felt like I grew as a player in some senses, and in other senses I think I actually got worse as a player, which is ironic. I didn't aspire to be an MLS player. It's not an easy situation to be put in. You're kind of always behind the 8 ball, and I didn't feel the most seen, I didn't feel the most respected, and I honestly didn't think I'd get the opportunity, despite what I thought at that point that I'd earned it. And I think he reluctantly put me in a few times, and I seized my opportunity. I've learned from it, and I've matured from it, and I think part of that reason is the reason I'm sitting here today. So 2021 was an incredible year. I got to learn from Gyasi Zardes firsthand, who's an incredible human being. It was him, it was Darlington Nagbe, who's one of the best players I've ever played with, Lucas Elrayan, who, in 2021, the more I started to play, the more he helped me as a player, and I'm incredibly grateful to him, and I wish I was able to play with him longer. But incredible players, and there's other guys. Milton Valenzuela, who was our left back, who I think was one of the most underrated players I ever played with. I've never played with someone like that. It's really amazing to learn from them as people and as players. I'm really grateful for all those memories I had then. The last, 4 or 5 years of my career have been, they've been difficult in a lot of senses, and I wanted to be happy and feel that joy of playing again, and playing free and making mistakes and trying things and being the player I know I can be and not who they're telling me to be. I had amazing conversations with Ben, and obviously the city is incredible. I've loved my time here. I haven't had a bad cup of coffee here yet, which is an important thing. I'm so grateful for having made this decision, and now it's the fun part, which is working and playing. And I think there's a lot of things that go into being a professional athlete that I think people don't see and maybe don't understand on the business side of things. And I think for me, it's nice to put that all aside and just focus on the ball and scoring goals. It's a blessing to be able to do this for a living. And one of the things that brought me here to Charleston was the thought that I'm not going to be able to do this forever. Do I want to spend my whole life looking back on sitting on the bench and clapping other people who make a lot more money than me get to do it, or do I want to do it myself? And I'm here and I want to play, and playing should bring you joy, and it's what it does. And winning makes me happy, scoring goals makes me happy, and just having a nice balance in life and just being a good person. Hopefully I can do all three of those things here. So.